In this video, we're diving into how Canadians can legally and easily set up a US LLC, even if you've never set foot in the state. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsaker, and here on LLC Deals, we cut through the fluff to help you make smarter, simpler business moves. Be sure to watch this video until the end because I'll cover the exact steps to register your LLC, how to avoid double taxation, and the key forms that you need to file in both the US and Canada to stay compliant. Let's walk through everything step by step. Why more Canadians are starting US LLCs. If you're running an online business from Canada, you've probably already hit a few roadblocks, especially when it comes to getting paid. Canadian Stripe accounts, for example, often come with delays or more credit card declines. And PayPal, don't even get me started. A US LLC makes it easier to do business globally. You can get access to US payment processors, open a US business bank account, and make your business look more legit to clients or customers in the States. But it's not just about appearances. There are real practical benefits. US clients tend to feel more confident paying a business that looks local. Payment processors based in the US, like Stripe US, often have lower decline rates. You can charge in USD and avoid the weird currency conversion messes. Tools like Mercury, Wise, and Payoneer make it easier to manage your money. You also gain a layer of privacy and legal protection. Some states don't even require you to list your name publicly, which is a nice perk if you value your privacy. And here's the kicker. If you're not actually running your business from inside the US, meaning you have no physical office, employees, or agents working there, then your US LLC likely won't be subject to US federal income tax. Sounds good so far, right? But here's where it gets tricky for Canadians. Canadian tax rules you need to understand first. This part's important, and it's where a lot of people get it wrong. In the US, LLCs are usually treated as pass-through entities. That means the company itself doesn't pay tax. Instead, the profits pass through to the owner's personal tax return. But Canada doesn't see it that way. The CRA, or the Canada Revenue Agency, treats US LLCs as corporations by default. That means the income your US LLC earns can be taxed twice. Once by the US, if applicable, and again in Canada. Now, here's the good news. There are ways to avoid double taxation. One strategy that many Canadians use is to run their US LLC through the year, but make sure that the business ends the year with a zero balance. That means paying out the profits to a Canadian corporation or to yourself before December 31st. This way, Canada sees that your US business didn't hold on to any profits and you're only taxed once back home in Canada. But you also have to disclose that you own a foreign company. That's where Form T1134 comes in. It's a form that you file with your Canadian tax return, telling the CRA that you own a foreign US entity. Forgetting this step can lead to serious penalties. And depending on how your business is structured, you may need to deal with something called FAPI, Foreign Accrual Property Income. Now, that's a whole topic on its own, but just know this. If your US LLC is earning passive income, like interest or royalties, you might need to report that differently in Canada. Long story short, the setup is totally legal, but you want to make sure that you're doing it right, especially when tax season rolls around. Step by step, how to register a US LLC from Canada. Step 1, choose your state. Now, if you've Googled this before, you've probably seen Delaware, Wyoming, and Nevada pop up over and over. So here's the deal. Wyoming is great for online businesses. It has low fees, no state income tax, and strong privacy protections. It's also super quick to file. Now, Delaware is more common for startups that plan to raise money. It's famous for its business court system and investor-friendly laws. Nevada has similar benefits to Wyoming, but the fees are a bit higher. If you're just starting out and you don't plan to raise venture capital, Wyoming is probably your best bet. It's cheap, simple, and respected. Step 2, pick a name for your LLC. Now, this part's kind of fun. You'll want something unique, but it also needs to follow the rules. Your LLC name must include LLC or limited liability company. It can't look like it's connected to a government agency, so skip FBI Marketing Co. And if you're using any foreign language terms, some states want a translation submitted too. You can search your state's business registry to see if your name is available. It's also a good idea to check domain name availability and even the US trademark database if you're being thorough. Step 3, hire a registered agent. Every US LLC needs a registered agent. So this is a person or company with a physical address in the state where your LLC is formed. They're responsible for receiving legal documents on your behalf. Since you're in Canada, you'll probably want to use a registered agent service. Most of them cost between $100 and $300 per year. Step 4, file the Articles of Organization. This is the official form that makes your LLC real. Now, each state has a version of it, and you'll submit it to the Secretary of State's office, either online or by mail. You'll need to include your business name, registered agent info, mailing address, whether your LLC is member managed or manager managed, and once it's approved, you'll get a certificate showing your business is legit. That's your golden ticket to move on to the next steps. Step 5, get an EIN. An employer identification number. This is like a social security number, but for your business. You'll need it to open a bank account, sign up for Stripe, or file taxes. And if you don't have a US social security number, which as a Canadian you probably don't, you'll need to fill out Form SS4 and either fax or mail it to the IRS. It can take a few weeks to get your EIN this way. Or you can use a service that'll handle this part for you. Most charge a small fee, but they can speed up the process. Step 6, open a US business bank account. This part used to be tricky, but now there are great online options. Services like Mercury, Relay, or Wise let you open a US business bank account without physically flying to the States. You'll need your EIN, articles of organization, a US mailing address, possibly an operating agreement, and with Mercury, the whole process can take less than a day. Plus, you'll get a US routing and account number, which is perfect for Stripe and other platforms. Step 7, draft an operating agreement. And this is like a rule book for how your LLC works. It's not required by every state, but banks and partners often ask for it. It should include things like who owns the LLC, who manages it, how profits are split, what happens if someone leaves or wants to sell their share. And even if you're a single member LLC, having this document is a good idea. Step 8, stay compliant. Seriously. Here's what you'll need to do to stay on the IRS's good side. Form 5472 plus Pro Forma 1120. These tell the IRS that your LLC is foreign owned. Due March 15th every year. BOI, Beneficial Ownership Info. This is new as of 2024, and this lets the US government know who owns the company. CRA Form T1134. This tells Canada that you have a foreign affiliate, your US LLC. If you miss any of these, you could be fined thousands of dollars. So yeah, compliance isn't optional. It's kind of part of the deal. What it all costs and why you might not want to do it all yourself. All right, let's talk money. If you go the DIY route, here's a rough breakdown of what you'll spend. State filing fees, somewhere between $90 and $100 if you choose Wyoming or Delaware. Registered agent, $100 to $300 per year. EIN application, if you're using a service, $50 to $150. Mail forwarding, which is optional, $100 to $200 per year. Banking. Services like Mercury and Wise are usually free. Legal and tax compliance help. This depends, but easily hundreds if you need support. Now, doing it all yourself is totally doable, but it can also get messy, especially when it comes to staying compliant year after year. That's why a lot of founders go with all-in-one services like Firstbase. It's designed specifically for non-US residents who want to launch a US business without the legal headaches. With Firstbase Start, you pay a one-time flat fee of $399 to form your company in Wyoming or Delaware. That includes expedited EIN setup, all essential documents, access to a business banking marketplace, and even perks worth $350,000 from partners like Stripe, Kartra, and Gusto. Then there's Firstbase One, a full operating system for your company. For $199 per month billed annually, it handles a premium US business address, which is mailroom premium, automated compliance and registered agent filings, agent autopilot, bookkeeping and tax-ready financials for accounting, annual U.S. state and federal tax filings, plus ongoing support from a real human team. If you bundle everything together, you're saving almost $2,000 a year compared to managing each piece separately. And if you want to get started with Firstbase, we've got a link for you down in the description. Just click the link and it'll bring you to this page right here where you can go ahead and click on either Start My Company or Onboard My Existing Company. Again, links down in the description. After you're set up, once your LLC is up and running, you can start sending invoices from a US business name, collect payments in USD, use Stripe, PayPal, either Canada or US, Amazon, Shopify, etc. Pay yourself or your Canadian corporation through business-to-business payments. Just remember to keep good records. File everything on time, and don't leave money sitting in your US LLC if you're still a Canadian resident. It could create a tax mess. Forming a US LLC as a Canadian isn't just possible. It's becoming more and more common by the day. It gives you access to better tools, smoother payments, and global reach. But it only works if you handle the setup. So take your time, follow the steps, and when in doubt, talk to a Canadian tax pro who understands cross-border business. Now, if you want to get started with setting up your LLC or holding company, you'll find links to do so down in the description below. Now, these are affiliate links, which means we earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using them, we thank you so much in advance. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on the LLC channel, we cover everything that you need to know about forming, managing, and scaling your LLC or holding company, plus smart tax strategies and business tips to help you grow. So be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you here in the next video.